Celebrating the 3-hour workday, Bill and Pete. It's Wake Up Kenosha on AM 1050 WLIP.
653 Wayless MD and Wellness. They're in the Southport Plaza in Kenosha, and they're making the world lighter 1 pound at a time. She is the person in charge, the one who runs the show. Cheri Stoka is back with us. Cheri, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here. We're all in a great frame of mind as we got past the grueling month of January and now rolling into February. I was mentioning yesterday, this is a perfect time. I mean, a lot of saying, when's the best time to start a plan with Wayless MD and Wellness? And I say anytime's a good time, but really now is a perfect time because regardless of the temperature outside now, we're a couple of months away from better weather, spring and summer, and you want to do all those activities, you want to be in shape, you want to feel good about that. Now is a great time to kick things off. In my mind, Cheri Stoka.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the funny thing is most people think that January is like the busiest month where people start programs, but it is actually February and March. I do think a lot of people try some things on their own in January. They see that they're not really getting anywhere, and then they're like, okay, I need to do something. So, yeah.
It's those resolution type people who try those things, and it comes up, and that's what happens. So let's go with some questions. Mr. Question Man is standing by with a couple of real dandies this morning. So if you could fire away here, Mr. Q Man.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Bill Lawrence. What are some of the top things, Cheri, that slow weight loss?
Okay, yeah. So I would say, I mean, you know, there are multiple things, but I would say like the top things would be sugar. You know, eating too much sugar and then eating sugar just too frequently definitely inhibits weight loss. It all goes back to just metabolic dysfunction, that type of thing. The other thing is going to be eating processed foods. The more processed foods you eat, the more chemicals, additives, preservatives, all that your body can't get rid of is stored in fat. So the fat cells will just kind of stay there. The body won't use that fat for energy. So processed foods is a big one. And then definitely just inactivity. You know, we do not move enough. And it really has nothing to do with exercise regimens, going to the gym, doing HIIT classes. It's about moving your body and finding something that you enjoy that's sustainable. So I would say those are probably the big ones.
And you don't have to do a lot to get moving. I mean, just little things like parking farther away from the store or, you know, just taking the stairs instead of the escalator or the elevator. Little things.
Absolutely. I mean, it's huge. I mean, study after study shows that those little things are just as productive as having a regular exercise regimen.
Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to mention, too, as you get older, it becomes more difficult to lose weight, so you don't want to put it off. You want to I remember as a young man, I could lose weight, you know, lickety-split. Now, as an older man, it gets a little tougher, so you have to work a little hard sometimes to do that. But, you know, that comes with the territory. I want to talk about breakfast. This is question 2. And it really is an interesting thing because as a kid, the cereal commercials told me that buttered toast, sugary cereal, orange juice, milk was a healthy breakfast. But
part of a complete breakfast, right?
That's right.
But I was thinking about the other day, breakfast is the only meal where we don't have dessert because usually the main course, Cheri, has enough sugar to be dessert. What does a healthy breakfast include?
Oh my gosh, I know. And it's so hard to even talk about it because we've been taught for so long to eat dessert for breakfast. We were taught that that's, you know, a healthy alternative. But the fact of the matter is that anything that includes no sugar, limited carbs, because that like sets the day for destruction. So basically you want to eat something with protein and healthy fats. So that would be something like an omelet with vegetables. Maybe you do okay with dairy, having like plain yogurt with some nuts that are mixed in that, maybe a little bit of fruit in there. That would be something healthy. I tell people, you know, maybe an apple with some peanut butter. So you're always trying to get a combination of the macros. You've got to stay away from the heavy like bagels and bread and cereals, those are just setting the whole day for kind of a destructive day.
That's a tough one, Cheri, because that's what we're conditioned to eat. I mean,
I
when it
know.
comes to breakfast, we have a certain mindset as to what constitutes breakfast. So, it's all about, and we talk about this with programs and with a lot of different things, it's reworking behaviors that really is the big challenge here.
It absolutely is, and I know it's difficult because we hear all of the marketing, strategies that are out there that are all money making strategies, and then I'm here always telling you, don't listen to any of that because none of that is true. I mean and it is all about just like the small changes. I mean, at the end of the day.
And one of the small changes you can make, and this is actually a big change, is that first visit to Wayless MD and Wellness. It's absolutely free. Cheri Stoka, how do we find out more?
Yes, they can go to our website at waylessmd.com or give us a call, 262-226-2046.